And today we are going to see still some other chemical properties we are going to see today. Followed? So in that, now the first chemical property that we are going to discuss today is reduction. Reduction. Clear? So now in this reduction process, see clearly, RCOOH, okay, when undergo reduction with lithium aluminum hydride followed by acidic hydrolysis. Then here we will get RCH2OH. Okay, remember everyone, RCH2OH is called primary alcohol. Okay, and remember, instead of lithium aluminum hydride, okay, we can use even diborane also, B2H6. Diborane also can be used. Clear? So what is the use of this diborane? What is the use of this diborane? So remember everyone, diborane do not easily reduce. Diborane do not easily reduce ester, okay, nitro, halo, ester, nitro, halo, etc. groups. Is it clear everyone? Then here you can ask me, sir, why you are not using sodium borohydride, NaBH4? Okay, remember everyone, NaBH4 does not reduce. NaBH4 does not reduce carboxyl group. That is the reason why we are not using NaBH4 here. So here the best reagent used is either lithium aluminum hydride or diborane. Clear everyone? So please copy up to here. Completed. Let us take one example here now. Okay, one example here, CH3COOH when undergo reduction with lithium aluminum hydride followed by hydrolysis. Clear? Now once you see clearly, this R is there now, as it is we got here, only COOH is converted to CH2OH. So similarly here also R will come as it is. Clear? COOH converts to CH2OH. Is it clear? So what is the name of this one? This compound is said to be ethanol. It is also a primary alcohol. Completed? Now in the similar way, if I take now benzoic acid, okay, so benzoic acid will undergo reduction with lithium aluminum hydride followed by acidic hydrolysis. Now try this one. Okay, so here pH is as it is, COOH converts into what? CH2OH. Clear? So now what is the name of this alcohol formed here? What is the name of this alcohol formed here? Benzyl alcohol. Clear everyone? So this is the reduction process. Okay. Now we are entering into next and very important chemical property. Okay. Many times we got the question. That is the, let me write clearly here. Okay. So now see clearly, decarboxylation. Decarboxylation. Okay. Very, very important one. Many times we got a question in board examination as well as the NEET examination. Very, very, very important one. Clear? First of all, decarboxylation, two types are there, okay, that I want to mention here. Two types are there, okay. So, what are the two types? One is with soda lime, clear, and one is with, other one is with heating. That means second one doesn't require soda lime, first one doesn't require heating. Followed. So, first we are going to see decarboxylation with soda lime. Decarboxylation with soda lime we are going to see. Okay. So first of all, what is the name of, what is the meaning of this soda lime? Soda lime composition is NaOH plus CaO. This is the important point to be remembered here. Soda lime is nothing but NaOH plus CaO. Completed. Then what is the chemical reaction involved in the soda lime decarboxylation? Okay, so what happened here? RCOOH. Okay, now when treated with NaOH plus CaO, when treated with NaOH plus CaO. Okay, so now once you see everyone now, this part is removed out. What is that one you see? I will explain one thing. 1 minute I will explain in this way so that it will be clear to you. Okay, I will explain here. So first of all, what happened here? RH is formed plus Na2CO3 is formed here. RH plus Na2CO3. What is the name of this RH? Tell me. Alkane is formed. How Na2CO3 we got? I will explain the mechanism. In the mechanism part, I will explain that one. Completed? Now, before going to see mechanism, one important thing I want to discuss. Now, here you see now, two carbons are there. R is one carbon, C is one carbon. Two carbons are there. Clear? Whereas RH is there, na? It is contain how many carbons? One carbon only you see. So, decarboxylation is used. Okay. In decarboxylation reaction, we will get alkane which contain one carbon less than the carboxylic acid. Clear? So, now let me mention that point here. In this reaction, one carbon atom less alkane is formed. One carbon atom less alkane is formed than acid. Okay, when compared to acid, alkane will contain one carbon atom less. This is the most important point in the decarboxylation. Clear? Now we are going to see its mechanism part. Mechanism. Okay, so now in the mechanism, first of all, this is the acid here. So acid will react with base to form what? Salt or COO minus. Na plus, no need to write. If you write or doesn't write, it will not make any difference. Here, salt as well as water is formed here. Salt as well as water is formed. Clear? Now what happened? When the negative charge is reversed, then the sigma bond will go towards R. When the negative charge is reversed, sigma bond has to go towards R. So now what happened? This is the RDS step of the mechanism. RDS step of the mechanism. So in RDS step, what happens? See clearly. In RDS step, R got the negative charge and the remaining part is what? CO2. The remaining part is the CO2. Clear? And now in the first step, you see we got water. So now water contain H plus and O minus ions. So R minus will take H plus ions. Then here we will get RH, which is called as alkane. Alkane. Clear? Now what about CO2? Remember everyone, the CO2 will be removed with NaOH. CO2 will be removed with NaOH in the form of what? Na2CO3. You can ask me why CO2 should be removed out. What happens if CO2 is not removed? Okay. So now that also we are going to see here. So if CO2 is not removed out, so this is CO2, pi bond will shift here, carbon get positive charge, R minus attacks on the positively charged carbon here. Then what happened here? So here you see clearly, this is the thing that we are getting. That means now you see again we are getting back the reactant. You see again we are getting back this one. That means the reaction is moving in the backward direction if CO2 is not removed. Therefore, CO2 should be removed as it is formed. Clear? And that CO2 will be removed with NaOH only. And I think you understood what is the role of NaOH now. Then what is the role of CaO? Okay. So what is the role of this CaO? If any excess of water is there, here water is there, you see. If any excess of water is there, that will be removed by CaO. I think you know CaO is also called as what? You know, CaO is also called as quicklime. CaO is also called as quicklime. Clear? Followed. So this is one important point to be noted here. CaO is said to be quicklime because it quickly removes the water. Completed. Followed everyone? Now, one more important thing. See clearly, everyone now, in the RDS step, we got carbon ion. Clear? In RDS step, we got carbon ion. R minus is the carbon ion. Followed? So, remember everyone, rate of decarboxylation. Rate of decarboxylation. Okay. directly proportional to stability of carbon ion. Rate of decarboxylation is directly proportional to stability of carbon ion. Completed. This type of questions are very important for the NEET examination. Now, I think you know carbon ion stability depends on what? Okay, so stability of carbon ion is directly proportional to what? Electron withdrawing groups is inversely proportional to what? Electron donating groups. Directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, inversely proportional to electron donating groups. Okay, so this also one important thing to be noted here. So rate of decarboxylation directly proportional to stability of carbocation, and stability of carbocation directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups. That means now I can come to a conclusion like this. So rate of decarboxylation directly proportional to electron withdrawing groups, inversely proportional to electron donating groups. Completed. Okay, so this also one important point to be noted here. Okay, now we will take some examples for the decarboxylation. First of all, before going to start the decarboxylation examples, so once you see now, when this is treated with soda lime, okay, what is the product that we got? RH. Completed. Now let us take some examples here. So now, if I take CH3COOH, when this is treated with soda lime, so what is the product formed here? The product formed is methane, CH4. Completed. Now, in the similar way, now if I take this compound CH3, CH2, COOH, when treated with soda lime, one carbonless alkane is formed. Remember everyone, one carbonless alkane. So what is the alkane that we will get here? Ethane. Clear? Now I want to ask the question in this way. Okay. So now I want to prepare propane. So now tell me what is the reactant required here? I want to prepare propane. What is the reactant required? Clear everyone?
Clear.
C3H8. Propane is the reactant. Sorry, propane is the product. And what is the reactant here? Okay. So reactant is CH3, CH2. Okay, CH2 COOH. Okay, when treated with soda lime. Followed. Okay, now if I take now this one, okay, for example, now try to answer this question. I want C2H4 ethene. Ethene should be prepared. Okay, so now what is the reactant required here? What is the reactant required here? This one. Hope you are able to understand these examples. Now, coming to the point of the next example here. Okay, now sometimes the question we will get like this. Okay, so this one when treated with soda lime, when treated with soda lime, this one. So here let me take chlorine. Clear? So what happened here? CO2 will be escaped out. Okay, adjacent carbon will get negative charge. If you see mechanism, you can understand this one. Adjacent carbon will get negative charge. And from here, chlorine will depart out. Chlorine is very good leaving group. So here you get the positive charge. And this negative, this positive combine each other. So how many member ring is formed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? So this is the thing that is formed here. So what is the name of this one? This is said to be cyclopentane. Finished? Now, in a similar way, if I take now one more, you see. Okay. Now, this one, when treated with soda lime. When treated with soda lime. Clear? So again, same like the previous case, CO2 escapes out. This will get the negative charge. Chlorine will depart out, and this will get the positive charge. So how many member ring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the sixth one. Clear? So this is the product form. So what is the name of this one? Cyclohexane. Completed everyone? Now, see if the question come like this, no, see clearly. So now here let me take the phenyl group and here COOH, whereas here deuterium, now methyl. So this one when treated with soda lime. Try to solve this question, everyone. Even this type of questions also very important to us. Okay, so now see clearly here also CO2 escapes out, this carbon gets negative charge. Okay, and this negatively charged carbon is in conjugation with the phenyl ring. Is it clear? Therefore, what happened here? Negatively charged carbon hybridization is sp2. Remember everyone, whenever resonance is there, then negatively charged carbon will be sp2 hybridized. When resonance is not there, then negatively charged carbon will be sp3 hybridized. So this is sp2 hybridized, and I think this will be planar. sp2 is planar. Clear? Then this hydrogen is there, na? Hydrogen may attack above the plane and below the plane also. That hydrogen may attack above the plane and below the plane. Therefore, now once you see here hydrogen, here phenyl, then here deuterium, here methyl. Clear? One more possibility also there. Hydrogen may come here, deuterium here, phenyl and methyl. Okay, so this mixture is called as what? Racemic mixture is formed here. Completed. So only one chiral center is there. When only one chiral center is there, it will exist in two forms. Completed. Now here let me take now one more compound having two chiral centers. So here phenyl, here also phenyl. Now COOH here I am writing, and here deuterium. Now here hydrogen and methyl. So this when treated with soda lime. Try this one, everyone. Okay, I think you got the answer. So here CO2 escapes out, this carbon gets negative charge, it is in conjugation with phenyl ring, so it is sp2. Clear everyone? Therefore what happened? Hydrogen may attack above the plane and below the plane also. Okay, first of all we'll do one thing. At second chiral center, no reaction is happening, so it is as it is. No, reaction is happening at the first chiral center only here. Clear? Along with this one more product is also formed. Okay, hydrogen may come left side. Okay, deuterium here, phenyl here. Then at second chiral center, there is no change here. Are you followed? Now you see at first chiral center there is a change, but at other chiral center there is same. Therefore, what is the relation between these two? They are called as diastereomers. Diastereomers means at one chiral center configuration should be same. At other chiral center configuration should be different. They are called as the diastereomers. Completed. But in previous case only one chiral center was there. So they are enantiomeric mixture. Enantiomeric mixture is called racemic mixture. But in this case, two chiral centers are there. So it is diastereomeric mixture. I hope you understand the difference between these two. Completed. Next. Now, in one NEET examination, a question we got like this. Okay. So here COOH, then here chlorine. Now, when this is treated with soda lime. Okay. Now what happened here? CO2 escapes out. This carbon gets negative charge. Here, chlorine is a very good leaving group. This carbon get positive charge. So this negative positive attract each other and form a bond. Therefore, how it looks like now? Let me write clearly this one. Now, first of all, cyclohexane ring. Clear? So this one combine each other. Positive, negative combine each other. Hope you are able to understand this one. Okay. Now coming to the point of the next example in the similar way, here COOH and here Cl. Now here also let me take COOH and here Cl. So this one when treated with soda lime, try it everyone. I will wait for some time. So what would be the answer here? CO2 escapes out and this carbon get negative. Chlorine departs out, this positive. Similarly here also CO2 escapes out, negative. Chlorine departs out, positive. So positive, negative combine each other here. Clear in this way. Okay. So this combines with this one, this combines with this one. In this way we will get a compound. Followed. Next, one more important reaction is there in the decarboxylation. Now, for example, if you take now HCOOH, formic acid, when treated with soda lime, okay, so here also what happened? CO2 escapes out, the two hydrogens combine each other. As a result, we will get H2. So till now we are getting alkanes, but this is the reaction where we will get hydrogen gas. Remember everyone, hydrogen gas is liberated out. Followed. So formic acid do not give any alkane. Instead, It gives hydrogen gas. So these are all the important examples of the decarboxylation with soda lime. And starting only I mentioned that decarboxylation is of two types. One is with soda lime, one is with heating. Heating doesn't require soda lime. So now we are going to see the second type, that is with heating. Is it clear? So decarboxylation with heating. Decarboxylation with heating. First of all, in this one important point to be noted is that, okay, who will undergo decarboxylation with heating? Only, remember everyone, beta keto acids. What is this beta keto? I will explain. Okay, so beta keto acids on heating undergo decarboxylation. Clear? So here the important thing that we have to know is beta keto acid. Beta keto acids undergo decarboxylation by heating. That means beta keto acids doesn't require any assistance of soda lime. Directly it will undergo decarboxylation only by heating. Clear? Now, for example, CH3, C double bonded O, COOH. So this on heating. I will do one thing to make you to understand well. Okay, I will take one more compound here. Now CH3, C double bonded O, CH2, COOH. So this on heating. Now here once you see functional group bonded carbon alpha, this is beta. Clear? At beta keto group is there, you see. So this is the beta keto acid. Beta keto acids. So remember, just CO2 liberates out here. When CO2 liberates out, this hydrogen combines with this carbon. So as a result, what is the product formed here? CH3, C double bonded O, CH3. What is its name? This compound is popularly known as acetone or propanone we can call. Completed? Okay. Now here let us take now one more example also. CH2, COOH. Then here also COOH. Okay. So this is the malonic acid. Malonic acid. And now here also beta keto acid only using functional group bonded carbon alpha. This is beta. For beta keto group is there C double bonded O. So beta keto acids on heating liberates what? CO2. Followed, then this hydrogen is there, na? This hydrogen is bonded to this carbon here. Followed, so what is the compound that we get? CH3 COOH. What is the name of this CH3 COOH? Ethanoic acid, or we can call acetic acid. Completed? Now let us see some examples on heating. Decarboxylation by heating. Some examples we will see now. Okay. So now next one. Okay. So this one on heating. First of all, you should know whether it is beta keto acid or not. Only beta keto acids undergo decarboxylation by heating. Other than beta keto acids, they undergo decarboxylation with soda lime. Clear? So let us see whether it is beta keto acid or not. Functional group bonded carbon alpha, this is beta keto acid. So beta keto acid liberates what? CO2. Okay, 1 mole CO2 is liberated out. After that, here what happened? Cyclohexanone is formed. This type of questions also important to us. How many moles of CO2 liberates out? Remember everyone. Completed? Now here let me take one more example now. CH3, C double bonded O, CH, COOH, COOH on heating. Tell me how many moles CO2 liberates out and what is the product formed here? How many moles CO2 liberates out and what is the product formed? Clear? Now let us see, is it beta keto acid? First of all, functional group bonded carbon alpha, this is beta. Yes, it is beta keto acid. So how many moles CO2? Here 1 mole is there, here second mole is there, you see. So 2 moles CO2 liberates out. Then the 2 hydrogens combine with CH2, CH carbon, sorry. Then what happened? CH3, C double bonded O, CH3, again we got acetone. By liberating 2 moles of CO2 gas. Clear? Now here let me take a compound in this way now. So here COOH, similarly here also. Then other side also we can take here COOH in the same way. So now tell me, this on heating, how many moles CO2 is liberated and what is the product formed here? I think you are doing this one. So let us see here. Now, functional group bonded carbon alpha. So this is also alpha, this is beta. So these are all beta keto acids. So here CO2, even here also CO2. Similarly, in this case and in this case. So total 4 moles of CO2 liberates out. Followed after liberating 4 moles of CO2, again the product obtained is same, acetone only. Followed everyone? Now, if I take a compound like this, so here let me take COOH, here also COOH on heating. Now tell me, how many moles CO2 liberates out and what is the product formed here? How many moles CO2 liberates and what is the product formed? So functional group bonded carbon alpha, this is beta keto acid on heating liberates CO2. So here what happened? 2 moles of CO2 liberates out. Clear? So when 2 moles of CO2 liberates out, then we will get cyclohexanone. Followed everyone? Now, if a question we got like this, now COOH, COOH. Okay, COOH, COOH. This on heating, what happens now? Tell me. I think you know these are all the beta keto acids only. So here CO2 liberates out. Here also. Similarly, here also. Total how many moles CO2 liberates out? Total 4 moles of CO2 liberates out. Clear? When 4 moles of CO2 liberates out, then you will get cyclohexanone. Okay. Now, if I give this type of question, then tell me pH, then here COOH, then here H, and here double bonded O, then here CH3. Okay. So now tell me, this is beta keto acid. How? Functional group bonded carbon alpha, this is beta, you see. At beta, keto group is there. So it is a beta keto acid. Clear everyone? In the previous case, I told you CO2 liberates out. This carbon gets a negative charge. That negatively charged carbon is conjugation with phenyl ring. So it is sp2 hybridized. sp2 is planar. Am I right? sp2 is planar. Therefore, here we will get pH. Okay. Double bonded O, CH3, then H and D. This is one possibility. Next, one more possibility you see here. This is double bonded O, CH3. Now H comes here, deuterium here, and this is phenyl. And I told you, when one chiral center is there, it exists in 2 enantiomeric forms. That mixture is called as what? Tell me, racemic mixture. This type of questions are important. Then one more type also important here. How? Now, see clearly, arrange the following. Arrange the following in rate of decarboxylation. Arrange the following in rate of decarboxylation. Okay, so I told you in the starting of the class today, rate of decarboxylation directly proportional to what? Stability of carbon ion. So where carbon ion is more stable, their rate of decarboxylation will be high. Now let me take one question here. Okay, so now see clearly, CH3, CH2, COOH, followed, then after CH2 double bonded COOH, then after one more compound CH triple bonded COOH. Out of these three, rate of decarboxylation order. Everyone try this question. So here, now what is the solution for this question? We have to form the anion. Okay, so in first case, remove the CO2, form the anion. Clear? Now, in the second case also, remove the CO2, form the anion. Similarly, in third case also. Followed? Therefore, now what happened here? Hybridization is sp3. Here, hybridization is sp, and here sp. So you know sp is more electronegative. More electronegative carbon is having negative charge. So negative charge is more stable on third one. Is it clear? Negative charge is more stable on third one than second one than first one. So rate of decarboxylation order 3 greater than 2 greater than 1. Completed. So this type of questions also important for the finding rate of decarboxylation, right? So remaining some chemical properties tomorrow I will discuss with you. Here, let me show you the slides from the starting onwards. Okay, Vishnu sir. Vishnu sir. So this is first slide about the reduction. Vishnu sir. Okay. So this is the next slide. Okay. Now, this is the next slide. This is the mechanism of decarboxylation. Okay, and rate of decarboxylation depends on what factors here I wrote. Completed. Then here I took some examples on decarboxylation with soda lime. Here, then after here, still some more examples on soda lime decarboxylation. And this is diastereomers. Clear? These are still some other examples on decarboxylation with soda lime. Okay. Next, decarboxylation with heating. As I told you, only beta keto acids will undergo decarboxylation with heating. Vishnu sir. Hello, Vishnu sir. These are all the examples of decarboxylation with heating. Okay. And these are still some more examples. Here, and this is the question on rate comparison of decarboxylation. Followed. So still some properties in tomorrow class we are going to see. Vishnu sir. Hello, Vishnu sir. Okay. So
hello sir, it's audible?
Yes sir. You told that you will be doing some announcements.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. 1 minute, sir.
You can do, sir. My class is completed. You can do.
Okay, sir. My students, coming Sunday, 12:30, there is a talk by some students from Nelsar, ma. So, interested students, you just join over the classes by 12:30. So, some students will give some informations. They are coming from Nelsar, okay? This is for this Sunday. And next week, we are going to conduct some debate competition. Okay? Next weekend, that Saturdays and Sundays, there will be some weekend debate competition. So, interested students from all schools, from whichever schools, you just can register by calling that office number. I think you know our seekers office number. So if you are interested in joining the debate competition, so you can just call through our office number. If you don't know our office number, kindly just note it down. Sir, hello sir.
Yes sir.
Sir, can you just write it down, sir?
Yes sir. Yes. 1 minute, sir.
Yes sir.
Can you tell me, sir, please?
Yeah. Now, sir will write the mobile number. Yeah.
Tell me, sir.
98 98 94
9894, sir.
Yes, sir. 899
899
776.
So this is our office number 98948 99776.
Okay, ma'am.
Right,
so,
sir. Thank you.
For debate competition, you can just register by calling this number. So everyone just note it down. And for Sunday's classes, I will announce through which link you need to go through. Okay, we will just inform you, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, sir.